Buongiorno amici di Game Legends, sono Gianzo e qui al mio fianco c'è Paul. Hi Paul, how you're doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Ok, adesso faremo una piccola intervista su Skylanders Imaginators, come potete anche vedere dal tavolo qui di fronte, che non vedete, però va bene, io lo vedo. Let's start talking about the main feature of the game, of this new game, the creation one. Title have a fast interface, simple one to understand, and it allows you to make really anything with our Skylander. Have you some tips for the players who will begin to approach for their first time to the game?
I think the first thing to do is to pick the element that you like the best, whether it's fire or undead or magic. That's the first decision you make. And then I very much like, for example, like the archer class or the quick shot class. Each of our 10 battle classes offers a different way to fight. And I personally like to stay away from the enemies and shoot them from a distance. But really, I think the most important thing is to imagine what you would like your character to look like, and then look for the parts and change the scale of your character and come up with his voice and his tagline. Really make the Skylander that you want. And then as you go through the game, you'll collect more and more options so you can fine-tune that character as you go.
Yeah, actually we tried it yesterday, and we looked that you can make really fun characters, really hilarious characters. And does this feature of the hilariousness and the humorous side of the game return in the in the adventure itself, or is it just in the beginning?
Oh, humor is a big part of Skylanders for us. You know, it's a serious heroic adventure where chaos is, you know, trying to take over Skylands. But you know, whether it's our characters like Flynn or the creepy sheep that are all over the place. Skylanders is a goofy place, and you know, you can make characters that are extremely strong and serious and you know, feel very much like something from a more adult fantasy adventure game. Or, you know, you can make a crazy robot-headed, you know, high squeaky voice with disco pants character. We want to let you find the character that is most interesting to you, or that makes you laugh, or that you think will impress your friends.
An interesting characteristic of the game that we saw yesterday in the presentation was the one that allows you to play as the villain. Yeah, how you have the idea to play as the villain in this franchise, in this entire franchise?
And it's an interesting question, because normally the villain is someone you don't want to be. But we, you know, have had Chaos, our series villain, in the game every year, and he'll be in the TV show this year. And the truth is that people really like him, even though he's kind of a strange little baby of an evil genius. People wanted to play him. And so in Trap Team, we gave you a limited ability to play him. And this year we decided to go all the way. And so he has got all 10 battle classes, and we're giving him away to those people who pre-order. But once we were playing with Chaos, we realized that some of our favorite character designs were the villains, the Golden Queen, and then we wanted to bring in some new characters this year, which you can see here, which are Crash Bandicoot and Dr. Neo Cortex, which is, of course, the villain from that series.
Yeah. Of course, about this crossover of and the enter of Crash Bandicoot franchise in the Skylanders franchise. Of course, there are two of the biggest and the famous franchises of the 90s, of the late 90s. Okay, Spyro and Crash. No, that is Skylander, but before it was Spyro, and that crossover was really loved by fans, and also by media. What was the idea to bring this crossover in the game, and it's that kind of functional to the gameplay?
Well, it's been 20 years, you know, that's 20-year anniversary of Crash. And so we knew that our fans who loved Spyro many of them grew up also playing Crash. And now they've got kids who are playing Skylanders. And we thought it would be a really fun way for families to play together, with the parents playing the characters that they loved when they were young, and the kids playing their Skylanders. And we think it's a way to reintroduce these characters to a younger audience as well. But they have great powers, and truthfully, if you look at Spyro and Neo, they fit in the Skylands. You know, they have that same kind of combination of heroism and crazy action. Neo Cortex has a little bit more evil in the mix. But this year, the way we introduce them is we say that every 20 years, there's a synchronization between the Thumpin' Wumpa Islands, where Crash and Neo live, and Skylands. And it allows them to cross over and party together, essentially. And Neo Cortex thinks he's going to use the power of the synchronization to take over the Thumpin' Wumpa Islands, but something goes horribly wrong with his equipment, and the rhythm of the island gets thrown off, and it starts to tear the islands apart. So your job is to go around Thumpin' Wumpa Islands as Crash or as Neo or any of your Skylanders and restore the rhythm. And it's represented not only in music, but in the way the entire island sort of is dancing, the trees, the rocks, everything's moving.
Yeah, see, and I hear, listen to the soundtrack is like more of this franchise, you know, the jungle themes. It's really good. I think I will love. I will love Crash here. I think it's gonna be loved, right? No.
Yes, Crash is a very well-loved character, and Vicarious Visions, a studio who has also worked on the Skylanders franchise with us, they did Neo and Crash, and they created the Thumpin' Wumpa Islands level that is revealed when you play either as Crash or as Neo. And these are available as part of the PlayStation 3 and 4 starter kits that include them, as well as the senseis that we include in the normal starter kit.
Last question, really fast. What's your favorite status of this year?
My favorite sensei of this year? It's got to be Chaos. I hate to say it, but I love Chaos. I love that he sort of is insulting to you. And that he really has awesome powers. He can use every one of the different types of weapons using mind magic. And also, when he uses his special sensei power, we call Sky Chi, he transforms into a giant glowing head and shoots laser beams out of his eyes. And that's hard to resist.
Yeah, I think it's a bit powerful. So that's all for our interview. Thank you, Paul, for enjoying I really enjoyed this time with you. E niente, ragazzi, noi abbiamo finito qui. Mi raccomando, seguite ancora Game Legends in questa Gamescom del 2016. Noi ci vediamo ovviamente in altre interviste, in altri video, in altre occasioni. Qui da Gianluca, anzi Gianzo per Game Legends e Paul for Activision. Ci vediamo a presto e buona continuazione.